Going Gonzo's grocery store keto must-haves. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Going Gonzo. This is one of my series that I decided to do. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Keto. And this is probably like the second or third video in the installment. Now, what I wanted to do on this one was to give the top 10 grocery store keto musts. Okay, I get a lot of people that ask me, well, just tell me what food I'm supposed to eat. And it's really simple, but it's not that simple. Okay, now I'm going to give you these 10 so that some of these people can actually get started, get an idea of the kind of foods that that keto kind of it leans towards, and they're pretty simple. Okay, as we know, the ketogenic diet is it's a higher fat, it's a moderate protein, it's a low carb. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is mostly just healthy foods. Okay, there's no preservatives to them. There's not a lot of added on things and stuff like that. And then these are my 10 favorite things that I would get from the grocery store as a must. Okay, first one is eggs. All right, now eggs you can get, like I get these from the farm. All right, and I get these from the grocery store. So whenever I'm out of these, I tend to go with the grocery store, and I try to get, you know, I fall for the marketing part of it, the cage-free and free roam and all that other stuff. I guess I kind of know that some of that is a gimmick, but at least I'm going for it, and you know, I'm trying to get the best eggs that I can for all of them. So eggs would be the very first mainstay. That's the very first thing that I would get. And then the next thing would be bacon. Now I go from uncured bacon or smoked bacon, because what I'll do is I'll look right here at the nutritional list here, and in that list I make sure that there's no sugars. Okay, that's key to me in just about all my foods. I make sure there's no sugar in anything that I get, or maybe 1 gram, less than 1 gram or something like that. So bacon, eggs, and butter. Okay, now this is the butter I go with. This is Kerry Gold Irish butter. This is, I guess it's one of the #1 quality butters that's out in the market, and it's made from grass-fed cows, so that makes it a little healthier. All the nitrates and crap isn't in it. But the silver is the unsalted, and the gold is the salted. That's the difference. Now I'll use a lot of this. I'll do it when I'm cooking, because butter burns at a little bit higher rate than my MCT oil, which I'll mention later. And I also put a lot of this in my coffee. So that's always going to be in another video, but it's also on my shirt today as well. Okay. The next thing that I want to mention is spinach and kale for my salads, and romaine. You want to get in at least 2 cups of crunchy green vegetables and 1 cup of crunchy green vegetables a day. It gives you a little bit of fiber. That's basically your carbohydrates right there. You don't want to mix in some of these other sugary carbohydrates, because even though you're allowed, say, up to 20 grams of carbs, you don't want to use them in a donut or something like that. It's just, that's not the way the keto diet works. The carbohydrates have to be quality carbohydrates. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is the MCT oil and the coconut oil, like this. Okay. And I also put in a little bit of the cod liver oil. The cod liver oil I just kind of grew up on. We took a tablespoon of this every morning in the fridge, and I just kind of stuck with it. So it's like a fish oil. It really helps out with the digestive system. It helps out with a lot of different things, your metabolism and everything else. Now the MCT oil that I go with, I try to go with a C8. It's really high in caprylic acid, and it really, I feel, makes a better MCT oil than some of the other ones that are out there. If I get tired of butter in my coffee, I go with a little bit of the butter flavored coconut oil. Now, it's not as high in MCTs. It's about 15% of MCTs. And I'll go into MCTs in another video, but basically an MCT oil, it doesn't have to go through the liver in order to get processed into a form of energy. And that benefits you because if it doesn't have to go through the liver and goes directly into your bloodstream, then it doesn't necessarily become part of your stored body fat. And that's my goal, as well as some of the other health benefits that I'm using for the keto diet. Another mainstay is coconut oil. You're gonna run into coconut oil a lot on the ketogenic diet, and it's probably one of the best oils out there that you're gonna have. And this one here is mainly for cooking and keeping up with some of the recipes that the Keto Connect couple does on their site. I try to follow them and do all their recipes one after the other. Okay, so that's the MCT oils, the coconut oils, and the butters and all the other oils in there. My next one is going to be coffee. Now, coffee is just, I use that for my bulletproof coffee. I put in my 2 cups of coffee, my 2 tablespoons of butter, and my 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, and a little bit of the stevia. Now, stevia is a sweetener. That's a kind of an honorable mention today. Stevia is one of the sweeteners that I'll use to sweeten up my coffee just a little bit. Now, and stevia is found not to spike your blood sugar. And spiking my blood sugar is actually what makes you gain the fat and stored body fat. It's not the amount of calories you take in versus the calories you put out. It's not it's not eating fat will make you fat. It's the sugar that spikes your insulin that causes the body fat. And I'll go into that in another video as well. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is avocados. Now, today I don't have an avocado with me, but I also buy these things. These are little cups. They're about 100 calories in each one. And I just talked about not worrying about calories in, calories out, but I still kind of keep a little bit of that in the back of my head. I don't want to go too high on calories, which you can do with nuts and seeds and cheeses. So in the beginning of the keto diet, you don't want to really aim for a lot of those nuts and cheeses because there's such a small amount of those that become such high calories. Okay, so you want to moderate yourself, keep yourself off of those until you're really well into ketosis. All right, and these are definitely a good option. And I will scoop one of these up and put it on my salad, mix it in, and I'll go from there. All right, the next thing I want to mention is I go with a lot of red meat. Now, this is grass-fed meat, grass-fed bison, and there's beef, and there's all different kinds, any kind you want. But you want to try to go with a higher fat. So you don't want to go with something that's 95% lean. You want to try to go with the one that has so much more fat kind of mixed in, because that's our goal, is to get healthy fats, animal fats in there. Okay, and with a grass-fed animal, that meat is gonna with the fat is gonna be a very healthy fat. So the next one I do is with the apple cider vinegar. Okay, apple cider vinegar, I have a little shot glass that I do. I don't fill the shot glass all the way up, but it has so many benefits that I've done a video in the past that talks about apple cider vinegar, and the benefits are just through the roof. So I totally 100% recommend an MC or a apple cider vinegar on a daily basis. And I've heard that you should even have it before every meal. So I haven't gone that far yet, but we'll see. And the last thing I would recommend getting from the store is almond flour or coconut flour. And this is for those people that they want to kind of have some sort of feeling of carbs in their body. Like I've used these for the chocolate chip cookies that Keto Connect made. I used them for waffles. You mix a little bit of that with the egg, and it's very, very low in your carbohydrates, but the waffles were amazing over the weekend. I made some for the wife. She actually liked them, and she's not big into this keto thing, but she does it a little bit. She's very supportive of me doing it, and she's slowly catching on. Okay, one of the honorable mentions today is going to be the heavy whipping cream. Now you can get it in an organic, or you can just get regular whipping cream. You just want to look at, again, the nutritional list on the back here, and make sure that it meets your standard for the ketogenic diet and what I've been posting here and how I've been describing what you should look for and what you want to stay with. Another one of the honorable mentions for the keto diet is a bone broth. Now, bone broth I will put into some soups or stuff like that in order to really enhance the nutritional level of that soup, and bone broth is one of the things that'll actually do that. Now, like I said, cheeses, you want to go with like these block cheeses and not those sliced processed cheeses. This isn't the greatest one, but this cheese is pretty good. I found that this one is pretty good. Another one of the things is going to be, if you want to, other than like a creamer, those creamers have a lot of sugar in them. They hide the sugar by giving them another fake name. What I find is almond milk, coconut milk that's unsweetened, and you're going to find them anywhere, any store, just about. They don't have to find them in a health food store. But these will actually flavor up your coffee a little bit better, and they're also good for a lot of different cooking recipes and stuff like that. They're pretty good. Now, one of the snacks that I'll go with is going to be like these Quest bars. I just started doing these Quest bars because it's easy for me. Just if I'm feeling hungry, I'll just pop one of these. I prefer going and making an egg or two, and then going with or a bulletproof coffee if I get a hunger feeling. And I don't really, now that I'm on the ketogenic diet, I really don't get a lot of that hunger pain. I just go, well, I kind of want something to eat, and then I'll do that. And that's how I end up doing on the ketogenic diet. I don't get those hunger pains like I did when I was just eating carbohydrates a lot, and that's a good feeling. And these are basically some of the things that you want to start with at the grocery store for the ketogenic diet. I hope that this helps some of you guys, the beginners. I hope this even helps some of you guys that have been on the ketogenic diet for a little while, maybe a refresher course, just something, or maybe something new that I do that you guys don't do. But I've been back on this diet since September the 1st. I'm down 38 pounds, and I know that's a lot, but I'll explain what happens the first couple weeks on the ketogenic diet so that you understand what to expect when you're expecting on keto. Okay, that will be the next video. I hope you guys tune into it, and I will see you guys then. Thanks. Bye.